Today, we're going to be talking about showing up like your future self. Now, before we actually get into that, I want to talk to you about why you would want to do this. So, when we're becoming someone new, when we're becoming that next version of ourselves, when we're achieving something new, we want to start with creating and being that person now. And so the reason that you want to start showing up like your future self is so that you can start creating the results that your future self has. And so one of the ways that I actually like to do this is to just ask myself the question, if I could achieve the goal, what would I do? If it was easy, what would I do? If it was possible, what would I do? So I like to just ask myself these questions. Like after I've signed a client, how would I show up in my business? And then showing up that way. After I've made this amount of money, what would I be thinking about myself? And starting to think those things about myself now. If I knew the goal was possible, how would I approach this thing? And then when you have a failure on your journey to achieving your goal, then that's a good time to ask yourself, like, if I knew for sure I was still going to hit this goal, what would I be thinking about this thing that just happened? If I knew that it was still going to work out, what would I tell myself? How would I talk to myself about the thing that has happened? And so it's really just playing around with different questions to start to see, like, what would be different about you? How would you feel differently? How would you think differently? How would you show up differently? And then just start practicing those things now. Start thinking that way, start feeling that way, start taking those actions now before you get the result. So one thing that might come up as you're looking at doing this, your brain might be like, I can't do that all of the time. And here's the best news. So you don't have to do that all of the time. Think about just playing with a certain amount of time each day. Like, can you think that way for 15 minutes? Can you show up to your work that way for an hour? Can you feel that way for just a few minutes? Like, really just starting to practice it. It's not like an all or nothing thing. It's just, how can I just practice it a little bit more and then a little bit more and a little bit more until it starts to feel more natural. And then as you start becoming that future version of you, you're going to get closer and closer to the result that you want to achieve. And then once you've become that person, that's when you create the result. It's so frustrating to not know what's going on, trying to take action, it not working, you starting and stopping, it feeling so hard. Even if you are taking action, it feels like you're pushing through and it's taking so much effort and it's so much harder than it needs to be. And you're also not seeing the results that you want. It becomes very frustrating. So if you want to get out of this frustration cycle, take action easier, take more of the right actions and work with your brain, then go to successbykayla.com to get access to the Why You Aren't Taking Action video. Successbykayla.com to sign up now.